All right, on today's episode of the Grab Matters podcast, we are doing something a little bit differently. As you can tell, I'm in a totally random spot here, but we were at X Games for the Wakeboard Wakeskate demo, and we sit down with a bunch of the people involved with that, some riders, Keaton, who is involved with helping it. We're sitting down with Don Wallace from Liquid Force, Jacob Sunde, who's a Sacramento local. We're also sitting down with Ambs and Tre Seneff on, the wakeskating side of things when it comes to Trey riding the actual setup, and then also Alex kind of involved with the crowd, doing some giveaways and stuff and what the vibes were like. So we're going over everything, X Games. But we are chatting just kind of everything that led up to this. I don't know, a lot of you may be familiar. 2 years ago, wakeskating was at X or at the X Games, but it was a totally different setup, not ideal at all from the words of Keaton. And they kind of got another chance here to do it in 2026 and knocked it out of the park, honestly. But we're talking a lot of the details in terms of what it was like getting involved again, who was involved, the setup, all the renderings, and how it went down, and some, little mishaps that happened along the way. With everybody we're talking to the podcast, we're catching up with them. Trey and Alex, we're catching up with what they're up to. Alex, unfortunately, had a knee injury, and we're talking to Trey about Blackwater Junction and his upcoming event, Junction Function. I think it's the 8th one that he's having. We're also talking with Jacob Sunde about what he's been up to, his boat edit he just released, what it's been like having this event in his backyard, basically being a Sacramento local. We're also talking with Don Wallace about a bunch of stuff, Liquid Force, as well as the event. There's been some changes happening at Liquid Force, so we kind of tap into a little bit with that. I put him on the hot seat with that one. Without further ado, I say we get into this episode of the Grab Matters podcast, X Games Special Edition.
I approve waterboarding. We're talking about wakeboarding. The thing about wakeboarding, every trick is an invert.
Backside.
Air railings.
A new dimension.
All right, we are back. Another episode of the Grab Matters podcast today. As you can tell visually for the viewers, for the listeners, we are here at X Games. We are kind of behind the start zone of the wakeboard side of the X Wakeboard Wakeskate demo, which we're kind of in the middle of on Sunday. Kind of a little break here in between, the demos. Going amazingly. The crowd was going crazy earlier. And we're here with Keaton Bowlby. There's a lot of people involved in this, right? Like a lot of people involved in bringing this to life. Is it right to say that you're one of the major players in this whole operation?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
You're not going to sit here and say, yes, it's me, I'm doing it all. But, to put some context to this because there's a lot involved.
Yeah, and, I mean, there is a big asterisk over this.
Yeah.
This year is a culmination. Hayden and Trevor Maurer got the call first to find a wake skater. They connected me to X Games. I'm bringing them back.
Yeah.
So it's full circle. But, yeah, I'm the point man. I talk to X Games, the insurance, the liability. I work hand-in-hand with Hayden on the renderings. And it's been an insane weekend, man. A lot of pinch me moments, and I'm losing my voice, as you can tell, because it has been insane. This was really hard. It was like 100 days of work behind the computer, on phone calls, in between my schedule already. And there was a lot of dark moments, including this weekend, but we came through, and just seeing that 500-person crowd, the CEO of X Games just walked over. MoonPay executives were watching that. I'm tripping. I'm pinching.
Rightfully so. And, I'll start it with a big thank you to you and everybody else involved. Like you said, Hayden, Trevor, there's a ton of people involved in the build process, a ton of people involved in coordinating everything, the riders themselves, obviously, for putting on an epic show. It's kooky to be like, put on an epic show, but, it's what they're doing, and it's what the people are fucking loving.
Yeah. It's insane. And let me go back a little bit.
Yeah.
I would never have said any of that earlier, except you queued me up for the question. Yeah, I opened the door.
Yeah.
But this is a team effort. 100%. I could not do this without the team that's implemented. And I think the wakeboarders can say the same. We're not as, inclusive with each other. They have their setup, we have our setup, and we've worked together.
Yeah.
But overall, everyone's helping out. Let me just talk from the wakeskate side.
Sure.
We got here, built this thing and ourselves, and then just shredded the hell out of it.
Yeah.
It's been nuts, and it's a full teamwork thing. At the end of the day, I was talking to Nick and Reed, and they've done so much for the sport, and people like Bobby Sutherland have built a spot, and this is my way to give back to the sport. I'm definitely on the end of, or the tail side of my career.
Yeah.
But everyone's done so much. This is the least I can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And the least you can do is honestly maybe the most anyone can do in terms of being at the X Games. I personally have never been to an X Games before, so I didn't know what to expect. I saw the renderings, I saw what it was probably going to look like, and I thought it looked insane. And then you get to the venue and you see it in person, and you walk down and you see this like plaza of water essentially, and then we have a perfect looking pool for the wake skaters to jump down, and it's like epic is just all I can explain to people who weren't here, and I'll put in videos and pictures and stuff that I took throughout this. I want to back it up to the beginning. How did this happen? Like what was the spark point of this?
Of us being here this year, or just overall?
Let's go overall, because for those who are unaware, you guys were here 2 years ago, a whole different situation, so kind of back it up.
Yeah, let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Randomly I'm part of the West Coast crew, Trevor, Hayden, Josh, all of them. We talk all the time. And I randomly got a message from Hayden. This had to be like winter or maybe spring of 2024. And he just was basic and was like, hey, someone from X Games reached out to me, and they want to do a Wakeskate jam, because Wakeskating directly looks like skateboarding. I mean, we use basically the same board, right?
Yep.
And so, I called all my guys. We've been filming videos as a crew together. We did Trial and Error and How We Doing. Check them out if you have not seen them. They're on YouTube.
I'll put links below. Watched them last night.
But that whole thing was just like, get the crew together, build a spot, film a video, right? And so I called that same crew and I was like, guys, we got something bigger. We have a chance to go to X Games and do an exhibition at what they call is X Fest, which is just like kind of like the outside sports that aren't medaling. And got a lot of support from Bangproof and Leaf Wakeskates from day one, which is huge. They helped us. But we basically showed up to a setup that we kind of had described to them, but because of insurance and liability in 2024, they wanted to build it. Well, when we showed up that day, the general contractor had fallen off scaffolding and broke his femur, and we weren't allowed to use the heavy equipment. So we quickly ran through the venue, found as many K-blocks or barriers as you could, and made a really bad setup. But it's all we could do. We didn't have an option. We made it work. Chris Roberts from the 9 Club came by. Man Ramp came by. I mean, we made a big impression. And the week after that, I got the call again. Hey, let's start planning earlier so we don't have this visually really shitty setup.
Sure.
I mean, we made it work.
And I think it's very important to admit the setup you guys did have. Obviously, you worked with what you had. It's not ideal, and that's the realisticness of it. Coming back to the drawing board 2 years later, what was the planning process like for this?
Well, actually, we got to go back a little bit. So there is something that hasn't really been talked about. We've been waiting to kind of share this.
Sure.
So in 2025, well, late 2024, we got the call, we want to bring you back. They didn't know if the venue was Sacramento or Utah. So we started planning this in 2025, actually. Then the venue moved to Salt Lake City. They had a pond. We were going to maybe do something similar, and we got the invite. They're like, all right, start planning, blah, blah, blah. But then the health organization went by, and there was E. coli in the landing pool. So they were like, nope, you got to wait. Early 2026, get the call, green light on X Games. And then I was like, I think we should bring wakeboarding in to make like the crowd that we saw just a bigger crowd. And the process of planning this began, I think in like March, got with Hayden and Bammer and TJ and Maddie. And we started making renderings and talking to X Games and seeing what they liked. Wake skating side, we were pretty set. Pool gap, drop, that was it. And then the wakeboarders kind of went through a few renditions, just trying to find the right big obstacles versus stuff they want. I'm really happy with what we landed on in this alleyway.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's really visually great with this X, and they're hitting the natural rails. And then they put a rail up in the pool. And I will be honest.
Yeah, well, that's the point.
When you got Daniel Grant and Clark hitting it on their wake skate, it kind of takes a little bit away from maybe the wow of the wakeboard factor. I'm not saying I haven't seen anything rad on that. Sure. It's just, it's hard to beat Daniel at this game on either side.
Very well put. And yeah, like you said, the aesthetic of going down this alley is just something so cool. It's straight out of a lot of like X Games real wake parts where they're just getting the perfect winch pull and you're right by a crowd. People are looking over it down onto you, which is just insane. So also the E. coli thing, wake skaters notoriously, would dodge E. coli in spots. I'm sure you guys test when you're winching in the streets all the time for E. coli in the spots.
Yeah, I think actually Cole said when I texted the boys and said we're shut down because of E. coli. I mean, yeah, every spot we have is pretty red.
You're not
rad.
testing it, but
okay. Pretty bad.
So X Games Salt Lake not happen. It's coming in for 2026. I guess dive a little bit more into the process of you're working with these boys and figuring it out, and just I guess like the nuts and bolts of putting this all together because there's so many people involved in this.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, you know, from the wake side, Don Wallace got involved and started, you know, getting on the corporate side, getting these sponsorships in and things like that. And Hayden, Maddie, and I and Bammer were basically, you know, in charge of coming up with this. And right away, I knew what I wanted to do. Call the man, the chief, Reed Hansen. So this year, it was a goal of mine to make it look like skate street over there, right? And I knew that was going to take a lot. Called Reed right after I called Bammer. I was like, we got the green light. I want you in on this. I know you and Reed and I, we haven't seen like eye to eye in the past. I also live all the way on the West Coast, right? But he was super down and had an idea right away. And he actually made 2 practice setups at his house at a smaller scale. And maybe he didn't mention this.
He didn't.
No, because it's just something him and I were making sure.
Yeah.
We wanted this to be good. So he made a few of those walls. He made a 16 by 16 box and had water in it just to see how the like deflection would work. And then we started modifying things. So from after talking to him, we got renderings, and then we started doing site walks. And I'm only 2 hours from this venue, or where I live. And so I'd come down 2-3 times over the previous months before this. And, you know, we're measuring things. I'm calling Reed. I'm saying this and this and this, and the railing's this high. I'm also working with Cal Expo on the site because the months leading up to this, X Games isn't based out of here. So they're not here to help do the measuring and the site walks, although they did fly in. But I had access to Cal Expo to help me do this. So, you know, we're measuring everything, the height of the stairs. The stairs are 9 feet wide with a 12-inch rise. They're 68 feet long until the first curve. I mean, we went pretty in-depth in this. And then props to Hayden. He threw it in a full rendering to scale.
Yeah.
So because it was in scale, we got that back to Reed, and he dissected the wood order beforehand. I picked all the wood up in Reno, Nevada the week beforehand. The wakeboarders already had the stair set built to support their rail, and we came in and just threw this thing together, which was insane. But it was a combination of working with my guys, Cal Expo, X Games, and then also the wakeboarders to make sure, because they built the stairs before there was any pool there. So we had to tell them exactly where we wanted it to line it up.
And it worked.
It worked. Can you put footage right here of that crowd?
I'm going to put footage in.
Yeah, I mean, we also just did a little interview over there for someone else, and they were like, what's the most memorable part? And I said, I've got my wife and my kids here, and all, you know, Reed also has his wife and kids and all of that, and sitting there with them and watching Daniel or Telma or Cole do a trick and feeling the roar, not hearing it, but feeling the roar from the crowd. And it just was something I had never experienced in wake skating. And it's just a testament to it worked.
Yeah.
And we have no announcement to push crowds here. We have 2 sessions a day, so we're doing our own push. But maybe you can throw a map in here. We are on the complete opposite side of the venue from half pipe and all that. So it's a big walk, and it's 90 degrees out, so it's hot.
Concrete, yeah.
But we are the only spot with shade and grass. So it's working out.
It's working out, and I think just the natural – I was walking back from the other side earlier, and I was hearing roars, and it was from over here. And I was like, that's so insane for me to think about right now because, like we're saying, this is basically the first time we're doing this, you know, or you guys are doing this, right? And it's just naturally going so well that it's just working. There's not really a big advertising push. There's no signage over there that's like big wakeboard, wakeskate demo with people on a big poster or anything. It's just like – they see the water, they see the shade, they see Daniel jumping down, they see somebody hitting a rail, Graham going to the concrete. It's just like so naturally it pulls you in.
Yeah, and I mean, because it's hot and water's coming up, I think people are gravitating to this. I think it's 10 degrees cooler over here than there. But yeah, like you said, I was also over at like the athlete area, and I was hearing these roars, and I walked over, and it was this area. Yeah. I was tripping, and then I just had to stay over here and watch.
Yeah.
I just I can't wipe the smile off my face, but because the smile's on my face, why don't you cue me up for what I'm going for here?
What do you mean?
The blowout.
So, yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be nothing's perfect. Nothing goes perfectly ever. There was a small, in my opinion, grand scheme, small problem, but we dove into it a little bit with Reed Hansen, but I'm curious on what you have to say about kind of the...
It's super interesting that you just said small.
Yeah.
Small problem? Well, Reed and I looked at each other, and we were pretty much like, we're done. So to backtrack...
I believed in you guys. The second I saw that shit happen, I was like, nah, these boys got it. Like,
really?
These boys got it. Oh, yeah.
That was a dark moment for me. Like, no joke. That was pretty dark because I thought I had failed the whole crew.
Yeah, no,
like,
dive into that a little bit.
Yeah. I carry a lot of weight because everyone's done everything so good in the past, and I just want to take it to that next level. And X Games is that next level. It's the global action sports premier contest, right? And to know that there was 15,000 people walking around and our pool blew out, and I got 10 riders here that I brought out here, and the wakeboarders have 20 or 15 riders. I just felt like I had failed. But we stepped back. Actually, no, we did. We stepped in. We got into the pool and looked at Reed. I looked at Nick, looked at Cole, looked at Bammer, looked at the crew. We got this. And long story short, the bottom step under the front wall got oversaturated because it's lower than the curb. We didn't account for that because as soon as the grass got wet, it like started sinking. So the natural mud and erosion pulled the wall away, and then it blew out. Well, in about 45 minutes, we had $500-600 worth of material here, another pump, another Visqueen liner, and it took us 11:20 to 3:30, and we were back up. And the craziest part is that downtime was naturally going to be a downtime. So half the crowd just thought we were finishing the gap, got it back up, and I think we saw like a 400-person crowd during that last session yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, about 15 minutes after that blowout, that dark moment went away real fast. We were like worker bees that, like, I think Nick said this, we were like worker bees that the hive had gotten stepped on because we dispersed, grabbed every tool, every hand, came back, and just everyone did everything they could to get it back up.
Yeah.
And it was like nothing really happened, really.
It really was, and a lot of the crowd, I think, was watching. I said this with Reed when we were talking about it, but they were watching. You know, not a lot of people really saw the blowout. They just kind of saw you guys building it getting filled up again, and then they're like more curious. What's going on here? Like, why is this pool being filled? Are they going to jump out of that too? That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I know it was a dark moment for you because I think a lot of this falls on your shoulders, or at least you definitely feel like it does. But from the outsider's perspective, looking in, seeing after everything you guys did, I was like, I just wasn't really that stressed. I was like, yeah, this fucking sucks. But these boys got it. Like, well, you guys just pounced on it. There's a truck going to Home Depot within like what felt like 30 seconds after it happened. Yeah. And they're back before you know it. There's all hands on deck getting it back put back together, and it got put back together, and we're up and running.
I've never seen my friends move that fast. I've never seen a work crew move that fast.
Yeah.
That was insane. That's a true testament to like these guys love this. We're not getting paid. We're actually probably all taking a pay hit at work for taking time off. And they're out here on their own time, their own money. And when times got tough, everyone just went harder.
Yeah.
This is why these guys are here.
This is a testament to the passion and the hard work and the love, like you're saying, for this entire thing, because this is what the sport's built on, is people like you and everybody that steps in when shit gets tough, you know, and you got to just put your back against the wall. You got to make it happen. And you guys did. And I don't know. I mean, going forward, I don't want to say what would you change, because, I mean, I think it's epic and insane, but, like, what do you think the future kind of looks like and holds for this entire thing?
You know, I've been thinking about that a lot. I even got that question just from the X Games people, because they're always trying to, like, grow and change, and, you know. And our squad is constantly talking. We're at an Airbnb together. You know, what would we do better next year? Some minor things. We would change up some speakers and all that, you know, make it more crowd present. We'd want it to be a medaling event. I said that the first time. I'm going to say that now. I'm going to say that till we get there, and I'm going to say that till when we get there, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. The setup's pretty insane. There's not too much I would change. I think maybe 2 pools. Wakeboarders get 2 rails. We get 2 rails. We feel a little bit just like 1 rail, 1 drop. But we're having fun.
Yeah.
DG's putting on a show. It's pretty insane. Where do we go from here? We go to medals. Yeah. We're there. We are so close, and I may or may not have been asked what would it take to make this a medaling event, and I just said your permission, you know, because that's all it's going to take. We're there. We have the judges. We have the people. We have the riders. We have the build. We've got the media.
Yeah,
I think we're there.
Yeah, and if you talk trial run, I mean, this didn't feel like a trial run. It just felt like we're here. It's good. Like, it's amazing. So, yeah, I mean, I don't have a ton other to touch on unless you have any like highlights, any big moments that you saw, and you kind of maybe after this weekend you'll take a step back and look back and be like, wow, you know.
It's hard in my seat. I have a really bad stress problem, and I come, you know, I'm like business guy now because that's what I do for work, and it's been hard at moments to enjoy this because I'm running from a meeting to when Clark got hurt to medical to, you know, like there's just so many moving pieces. We have 3 cars, you know, wakeboard side, my side, you know, it's just so much. But shout out to Bammer because he's like my guy. He sees me frantically and he'll like grab me and like pull me back for like 5 minutes and just put his arm around me. He's like, just stop. Just look at this, dude. Look at what we've done.
Yeah.
And I said, look at what we've done. Look at what this crew did together. It's just a squad thing. And high moments are every single time I walk through anywhere here, the hotels or anything, you hear someone say, have you seen that wake jam setup? We went over to the FMX finals and we rolled as like a full crew. Everyone was coming up to us like they recognized us from here. I mean, it's just, we're so close to like that level that it's insane, and I'm so thankful we're getting what we get, and I just cannot wait till we're there. We're so close. You know how close we are.
I know for the listeners and the viewers, you're probably like, oh, like you weren't here. You can't feel it. You can't understand it. It really is just amazing. Like I get goosebumps watching this stuff because it's like, as a kid, you dream. You know, I never experienced wakeboarding in the X Games. I was too young, and you see it here, and it's just like, man, we are here. Like, it is so close, and it's so legitimized with the entire build and the setup and the riders. Like, the riders are putting on, like, they're doing on the Wakeskate side, like, Reed, Trey Flip, like, Daniel, I mean, holy shit. And then on the wakeboard side of things, like, Maddie, all these boys are, like, just putting on. Like, and we're not even there yet, and they're putting on. So it's like, imagine what it's going to be like when that next step gets taken.
I mean, just think of a little push from promotion, right? Just so, I mean, if you have seen any of this, it's through our word of mouth. X Games is not pushing this content because this is an experiential on-site thing. So I think we got 10 minutes out of 3 days of live coverage, which I'm super thankful for. Yeah. But also, like, front gate's right there. We're right here. It's crazy the amount of people that as they're walking by, they just get sucked into the setup and locked in because the whole bridge is covered with people looking down, looking from the grass. This is a dream, man. Yeah. I'm riding the high now because we're on the last day. Not much is, you know, we just got to finish out one more session. I'm thankful.
Yeah. Well, a huge thank you because the people who are, you know, watching and listening and we're seeing the content come out of this. It doesn't go without a ton of hard work and, you know, hours and hours from you guys, blood, sweat, and tears. And you're the kind of person, when Keaton's saying he's a stressful guy, he's always running around still asking, hey, what do you need? Hey, how are you doing? Hey, are you good? It's like, Keaton, bro, I'm fine, bro. Like, go do something more important, you know what I mean? But, like, that's just kind of a testament to who you are, and I think that's why these things happen, because, you know, you cross the T's, dot the I's, make sure all those things are going well. So huge thank you to you and everybody putting this on and making this happen.
Yeah, man. And then thank you for coming out here. We really appreciate somebody who tells it, like, straight, and we back that super hard.
Sick.
And I'm excited for next year.
Yeah, I think that if anything, I think it's just going to build and build and build and build. So sweet. I mean, I'm going to grab somebody else, and maybe I'll get Trey in here, and we'll get a whole different perspective.
Trey,
on this
you got to get Bammer in here.
Bammer.
I mean, one last thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to the crew. Surround yourself with a better crew. You'll get places.
Well, you might not find a better crew, but surround yourself with a crew that's damn near as good as what you guys got going on right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So thanks for sitting down for us a little bit. I mean, go enjoy this. Go drink a beer and sit with the fam and just take it in. Are you gonna ride again, or?
I'm gonna ride. You know, actually, you'll like this. They gave me first session 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They offered first session this year. Reed didn't make it here. I gave him first session. They're giving me last session to close this out.
It's so poetic, isn't it? It's amazing.
It's a squad.
You got a tray flip or what?
No. For those that didn't know, I did the splits on Sunday before this. I have been in a
He's on
bad
IR, basically. He probably shouldn't really be riding, but you're going to.
Yeah, I got my knee brace here. I got some lands yesterday.
Yeah.
We'll get some lands today, but I didn't do this for me. I did this for everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely. Admirable. Well, all right, on to the next one. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for support, everyone.
All right, we are now joined by Tre Seneff and Alex Ambs, two Leaf Wake skaters, which are a big supporter of this Wakeskate event on the Wakeskate side of things. So I think we just dive right into it. Tre, what was it like riding this setup, dude?
It was pretty rad. It was a little intimidating with all these people out here.
Yeah?
I feel like it actually worked better for me with all the people almost though.
Yeah, you like riding from a crowd, you know?
Well, I mean, I didn't.
They
not
were hyped
really,
up.
but my trick seemed like it.
What'd you land today?
I just did an ollie and then a back shove and then a kickflip. But
Oh, you got kickflip.
I got,
You
it
got
was,
him
I
going.
mean, it wasn't as clean as it could be, but the people liked it.
You're right away, dude.
Yeah.
What do you think about the whole venue, the whole setup, everything?
It's freaking wild being here with all these. Like, it's a situation out here. How many people you think is in?
I mean, 1,000 plus?
Keaton was saying 15,000 plus through the gates, so I have no idea. I mean, you mean in terms of over here?
I mean, yeah, just on
Oh.
the bridge, and it's hard to count.
Chairlift going by on the shore, on
It
the
was
grass. I mean, it was
It's
packed.
pretty rowdy.
Yeah, you were jumping.
360.
Yeah, you were
Like,
jumping
people
through the crowd.
Yeah, I
Alex.
was passing out some sunglasses, T-shirts, and getting them hyped. And the jet ski guy actually got the kids going by splashing them. So I was like, all right, there's those guys getting sunglasses.
Yeah, 100%. What was the
Yeah,
crowd's
Mark.
reaction? Because you were riding a lot of this. You were popping through the crowd doing some raffle tickets and stuff. Like, what was some stuff you were hearing?
Yeah, so I'd say it was like a mixed bag. There were people that knew about wake skating and wakeboarding, but then people that didn't know the difference between a wakeboard and a wake skate. So kind of explaining to them, like, hey, here's the difference. Like snowboarding, then you got skateboarding that were simulated on water. And they like just getting an understanding. The guys on the mic, they killed it as far as breaking it down. The general public, probably their first time seeing it, both these sports for a lot of them. So yeah, it was just cool seeing everyone's different and everyone was hyped on what was going down.
Yeah, absolutely. Great vibes. Tre, favorite moment? Any standout moments from riding, seeing other people ride?
Yeah, that Reed's 3-flip was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, rowdy.
I guess the timing on
Got
that
the
was
people
pretty good
going, yeah.
because the CEO of X Games came up right before he landed that. So that was great clutch timing on his
Yeah,
part.
perfect timing.
Yeah, he made us
right
look
right
good.
before the break, too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of the setup, I mean, Tre, it's a 6-stair jumping down it. Is that a little bit big for you? I mean, like, you know, diving into the ins and outs of it.
Yeah, so I'm used to driving and like, hitting gaps pretty much every time I ride, but my second drop's about 4 foot at Blackwater Junction. I would guess this one's maybe 4.5.
Reed
5.
measured it 5 exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, it is 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, and then not just that, since the pond ends and then the railing, so it's long gap too. So I mean, it's not small, but I mean, it's super satisfying when you stick something.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like a
those are some
whole different ballgame.
long stairs, and there is the gap from the pool
Yeah.
to the stairs down.
Yeah, every
So,
land's feeling good.
Yeah, absolutely.
sure.
Well, you got it first try. I mean, what was your
What's
experience
up?
on it?
It was long and it was tall, and I didn't think I was gonna ride away. I think the landing pool was calm, which I think is what would save me on everything. Yeah, no, it was a big boy drop for sure, and it's big enough for the crowd, I think, to see it and be like, oh yeah, they're
Yeah,
jumping
yeah,
down
sure.
something, you know.
Yeah, I mean, something a little smaller, like maybe we could have done more harder tricks, but I mean, seeing something, you know what I mean?
You don't want it
shove
too
down
small, too. Like
Exactly. You got to give them something big, and you throw a shove down a big drop, it's going to feel good, and the people are going to love it.
Yeah, it's gonna look good too. Yeah, Reed's Tre bomb looked insane.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
off
it was
and
stomped
back.
that.
It was super stomped. You rode the chairlift, Alex. How was
yeah,
that?
chairlift. That's one of my favorite parts too. I mean, if it wasn't 20-minute round trip, I'd be up there getting some good angles. But yeah, I might hit that again here today.
Yeah, absolutely. What was it like riding with the wakeboarders here? Because I think a lot of wakeskate events are, typically just mostly wake skating. So what's it like been interacting with the wakeboarders?
It's different. It's cool. You know what I mean? It's sick showcasing everything all at once, especially with the wakeboarders going over here, wake skaters going over here. Bam, 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 like action full time. And then Mark would jump in and spray the kids. Or like,
Yeah.
Mark is
show.
the jet ski guy, and he's got a mean blast when he whips that thing up, dude. He'll get to the
Saw a
top
little
of it.
girl get
knock
knocked
some
over.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, DG jumping from both sides, I think, is super impressive. And I think my favorite was when it was basically a wake skater and a wakeboarder going almost at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is just like, I have to imagine the crowd is just like, holy shit, like, we got a lot going on in the water here.
I think that was key, is to be able to have stuff going continuously, because even at a normal wake skate contest, like to walk the rope back or you got to wait for the 2.0 to bring it up, there is some downtime, and I mean, people are used to just TikTok, like instant. Like,
Yeah.
I need something happening now, and we did a good job of that this weekend, I'd say.
Yeah, and from a rider's perspective, did it feel like it was moving pretty quickly, like too fast,
Yeah.
too slow? Like, how'd that feel?
No, it was great. I mean, you walk back up and you're ready. You know what I mean? You're in the mix.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit there and be thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you built the start docks, right? Did you not?
Yeah.
How'd that go? How'd that process go, building the start docks? Because they look sick.
It's just figuring out, this is the space we got. So we tried to max it out. But
Yeah.
using all the leftover wood we got.
You take out any of those little light bulbs there? Or you
Do that.
Yeah, you prep it, and it's like, I think we might need to move this.
Yeah, for the listeners, you're kind of crouching in the little zone. I'll throw a photo in. But, I mean, in the future, what would you guys like to see? I mean, obviously, other than a medaling event, because I think this is pretty damn close, but anything you guys like to see or change or anything?
I mean, I feel like we did a good job with this pool, with what we had. We had a budget, X amount of time, and we built it. So just if we had more time and could really, like, showcase our potential with, like, what we can build for people to show what we can do,
Yeah.
like, I think we can put on a good show for them for sure.
Yeah, and helping out a little bit on the sponsorship side. I mean, didn't have a whole lot of time, and the rules, like what we could operate in and getting responses, didn't have a whole lot. But I think with a little bit more lead time and knowing Mike and the guys that are putting it on now, having those contacts, and like if we could get some real money in this and maybe a concrete pool so we're not getting a bust out.
Yeah.
I mean, if they can build a $100,000 skate park and knock it down in a weekend, we can make this shit work for a lot less.
Yeah, it ain't much for what a pool needs, you know what I'm saying? So that's not bad at all. And I think in terms of, like, the cohesiveness, I thought it was really cool to see wakeboarding and wakeskating together. You guys feel the same way after being here the whole weekend?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I'd love to see it. Let's kind of tap into what you guys are up to. I mean, Alex, you got a knee brace on, so kind of run us through what happened.
2 months ago, 360 shove off the kicker at the Cove to the splits. Completely tore ACL, MCL, and LCL are hanging on, and fractured a tibia, so whole damn alphabet.
It's a whole 9 yards there on that, you know?
But push surgery back a month so I can come to this, and July I'll be getting a new ACL and hopefully back 2027 better than ever.
Love to see it. Trey, what have you been up to?
Same old thing, trying to live life out there. Right? Getting ready for my contest next month.
Yeah, what do you got going on?
Nothing too much. The infrastructure's there. Just trying to make it all, get it prepped for the people. But
Junction Function, yeah?
yeah, Junction Function.
What's the format
This
of
is number
Junction
8.
Function? Oh, is it 8?
This is 8.
Yeah, this is the first one I'm going to
Holy
miss. Get surgery 2 days before. I'm bummed.
Yeah.
We'll keep them coming for the people now.
That's right.
No,
It's the best contest.
What's the format of Junction Function? What's the vibes for the people who don't know?
So we're actually going to change it up a little bit this year. It's not going to be your traditional format that we've had in years past. So it'll just be more of like a jam. We're going to have pros, Ambs, anybody can ride all at once, all weekend long.
Beautiful. We got drink
That was
delivery
fine.
from
Thank you.
unsung hero of the weekend.
Appreciate it, Erica. Yep. People's champ.
Driving everybody around. For those who don't know, she's crucial part here, driving everybody around, getting everybody to and from the Airbnb, airport pickups, drop-offs.
Yeah,
So
she's been killing it.
yeah, absolutely killing it. So, anyways, you were saying format of Junction Function a little bit.
Yeah,
different.
so this year everybody's gonna ride, and then we're gonna have different awards. So it'll be best trick, best line, best overall. Those will each have their own prize, and then there'll be some other ones. There'll be underdog, which gets a leaf wake skate.
Oh.
Custom graphic?
Perhaps.
Okay.
You got to.
And perhaps it is.
And then you guys did a giveaway for custom graphic leaf wake skates this weekend, right?
Yeah, and
that's
Trey
coming
actually drew that one. He's pretty quick with it, too.
You drew that?
I was getting drafts like 24 hours later. And we actually had to get it approved by X Games because it has their logo in it.
Yeah.
They signed off. There's like a girl flashing titties and dog taking a shit. Like,
I thought it
through.
was sick. I thought it was the sickest graphic ever. Like, it was so sick.
I always wanted to do like a Where's Waldo board or something. Just
That's what it-
busy
okay,
like
that's what it
that.
looks like,
If
yeah.
Waldo's on the board.
No shit. I'll throw a photo in, but I didn't see it. When I pulled
you
up.
gotta find Waldo.
I gotta look again. What? I mean, are you a big fan of skateboarding, Trey?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
so
I
what's-
don't watch it as much as like Alex and Bam and stuff for sure. But
I guess both of you guys' thoughts. Like, what's it been like being at the X Games? Because I haven't been to the X Games before. Have either of you been to an X Games?
nah, first time.
So yeah, what's the
Never
X
had.
Games been like?
it's pretty surreal just walking by. Like the first few days, we were able to get into the athletes lounge and Cole was getting a massage right next to Nyjah. I got a picture of him. I'll send that to you to throw in here
cut
too.
from the same cloth, those two
And,
guys.
I did fangirl out by Bob Burnquist. He was getting interviewed, and I was like, oh, my God. I was just watching his parks like 3 days before all this, so
Yeah, it's
cool
pretty cool to
seeing
be
him.
around everybody, for sure, being in the mix.
Favorite part from the X Games that obviously isn't the wakeskating, wakeboarding.
Homie hitting that freaking 20-stair handrail.
Yeah, that great.
Hogan.
Yeah.
It was crazy. We were just walking around. It was like the perfect time. He's about to skate this thing, and we're sitting there just waxing it up. Like, oh, shit.
You got that pretty quick, too.
Crazy.
Before we wrap this up, I want to know both your guys' wakeskate parts that you watched the most, either full video or just individual part.
Maybe In Its Travels was like my first video, so it has that special spot in my heart there. So
Yeah,
watch that one
is
plenty.
a good one. Well, Asterisk was the first one I got, so I know I put a lot of hours on Danny Hampson's part on that.
Fair enough.
Trial and Error is a hype one.
Ooh,
Yeah,
watched that last
on
night.
to see what my park's like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is a sick one.
Filmed insanely on the
And 6 of 7, the Water Monsters
Monsters, 6
tie,
of 7,
that or Philippines.
Some
Someone say.
bangers right
Yeah.
there.
There's plenty of bangers in there.
Well, shit, man. You guys got anything else before we wrap this up? A little quick, check in here at the X Games, but anything else you guys want to touch on, talk about?
No, I'm
They're
just,
already going crazy, dude. They're already going
just
crazy.
stoked, yeah.
Thanks,
Wake
Hunter.
skating, yeah.
Thank you
Appreciate you
everything.
for giving us a platform and X Games for having us. We're hoping to get back next year bigger and better.
It will be bigger and better if we're back. That is for damn sure. So,
Oh, yeah.
well, thanks for coming on, guys, and we'll jump into the next one right after this.
Sick.
Sweet.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Hunter.
Yeah, dog. Amidst the chaos, I did forget to do the Slings Hot Takes segment of the show. We had a bunch of people rotating in and out, so I didn't really have one person to sit down with to do these Slings Hot Takes, so I figured no better time than to put Slings Hot Takes into ChatGPT to see what the answers would be. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now real quick. All right, so we put Slings Hot Takes 10 questions into ChatGPT, and I'm going to read off what we got here. So number 1, favorite wake part. Daniel Grant, welcome, is the first answer. It says it's insanely creative, technical, and has rewatch value. And then it also says, if we're talking all-time classics, Tom Fouché in Defy is right there too. Have to imagine they mean the debut and not Defy. Number 2, if there was one rider you could bring back in the game, who would it be and why? Aaron Rathie. Solid answer. Number 3, most underrated wakeboarder. Sam Brown. Incredible style, massive bag of tricks, and never seems to get mentioned as often as he deserves. Is a video part from a wake park considered a full part? Yes. Can a butt-checked trick be an NBD? Yes, but only if the trick is unquestionably ridden away under control. If the rider slides out or uses the butt to save something they didn't really land, I'd say no. A light butt check that doesn't change the outcome, I'd still count it. Best female rider steez. Huge de armas, smooth, stylish, and everything looks effortless. Number 7, contest or video parts? Video parts. Do you wax your board at a cable? Yes, especially on plastic features. It helps the board slide consistently and is easier on the base. Favorite pole? Sesitech 2.0. Smooth, predictable, and feels the most natural for technical riding. Number 10, most illegal trick. Nose press to pretzel out on a handrail. It looks wrong in the best way possible and is one of those tricks that instantly catches your eye because it's so unconventional. Definitely doesn't understand what an illegal trick is. Definitely doesn't know that Tom Fouché did not have any riding in Defy. But, there's ChatGPT's Slings Hot Takes for you. Let's get right back into the podcast. All right. We are here. Next guest, we got Jacob Sunde on, Sac local. And, I just want to hit early, what's it like to have this whole situation in your backyard where you grew up?
It's pretty crazy, man. This is the same site that we do the boat show every year in Sacramento, and then on top of that, all the boys traveling in to Sacramento. It's pretty crazy, and to be a part of X Games too. It's first X Games I've ever been to, so pretty sick. And then I'm a part of it, which is even cooler.
Yeah.
And then all the boys are in town for it, and it's pretty surreal. Even just everyone coming to Velocity for the after party hangout vibe on the first night, that was fucking crazy to have everyone there.
Yeah, to me, half the coolest parts about this are, I feel like this is a lot of people's first X Games. I've never been to one. A lot of people I've been talking to. Obviously, a lot of the year guys haven't been to X Games. And so that's cool.
I want to watch this.
Oh, Big old front board pretzel, dude. So we're literally watching. We got Graham going on right now, and you can see him in the background. But
yeah, Graham.
yeah, I mean the coolest part is when's the last time you saw Graham ride in like a contest? This isn't a contest,
not even, but like winching in person.
Winching in person. So like
it's cool to see like Dom winching in person. It's cool to see Graham winching in person. These are like these are like if you think of winching, these are who you think of.
Yeah, Felix is the only person I think that's like top winch dog that's like
not here.
Like
whatever. We're better than anyways.
It's insane.
I just got cut from the invite for life.
I could bleep that out. I'll bleep that one little part out, and people will be like, "What event was he talking about?" Nobody knows.
I think people would know.
Same weekend as this one. Shout out Liam Peacock for taking the
shout
job,
out Liam
though.
Peacock, bro.
Oh my god!
Watching him ride at the team shoot this year, it was like I've never really seen him ride in person before, but watching him ride, I was like, holy shit, like you're a beast.
Yeah.
And like I always knew that he was a beast, but then like watching him show up, never ride that park before, and then to go out there and do that, it was like
Well, and the way he was stomping those double tantrum blinds before before Munich Mash, and then I don't know if you watched this morning.
I have so many contest live streams I need to catch up on. I haven't watched like any of them.
Mash is a quick one, so it's pretty quick. But he was just stomping the shit out of these things.
I knew as soon as I saw him post the double T to B, and then I think Turncable posted like all of his attempts.
Yeah.
And he did like 8 of them. I was like, come on. I think Liam is gonna take it, and it just came down to like he just needed that right moment, and he took it and he got it, and I was like super sick to see.
Yeah, huge shout out to Liam. And then obviously Rivers won the ladies side of things, which is to be expected. I don't fucking know what to say anymore at this point.
I don't know either, because dude, we obviously if you win, you deserve to win. Like there's no other you can't argue that. Like if you're good at wakeboarding, you're good at wakeboarding. But I want to see some shit get shaken up a little bit.
Claudia did win Wake Duel, so obviously there's some
shake
here.
right there.
Yeah,
some
but
shake,
not a ton of shake, And that's,
but I want to see the entire season be a battle for first, and no doubt the other women are battling for first, and also the men, everyone's battling for first. But there needs to be just a little something.
I think Liam just showed. It's pretty sick.
He showed up and showed out. For sure.
He did absolutely. All right, let's get back a little bit back to X Games. So you said you haven't been to X Games before.
We should just film another pod while we're here, bro.
We're just talking wakeboarding here, dude. But let's get back to X Games. I mean, what's it like, the X Games vibe overall? Not even just wakeboarding, wakeskating, just everything.
Dude, it's pretty crazy. I work 10 minutes from here. I live 20 minutes from here.
Yeah.
So then to see Nyjah in person, see Jocelyn in person, it's pretty surreal to not be on your phone and see it through your phone. You're looking, it's like seeing your favorite artist or performer live for the first time. You're like, damn, that person's real.
Yeah.
Seeing all these athletes in person and seeing this high of a level of that action sport in person is pretty crazy. You don't see it anywhere else. Truly, you can go to a skate park and see your local ripper.
Yeah.
But you're never gonna see really what they're doing.
You're gonna see Ja, dude. You're not gonna see Jinwoo and all these names and heads. So it's insane, and I think you do get desensitized to it in a certain extent. I'll even get desensitized to wakeboarding too. You see so much of it, you're like, whatever, and then you go see it in person, you're like,
sick, bro.
This is some crazy shit, especially on the wakeskating side of things too. Seeing some of those boys do some crazy shit down there in person is insane.
Yeah, but the vibe of X Games, man, it's just all time. I think all of us can agree that this is childhood hero shit that we're witnessing right now. Regardless of whatever sport it is, watching the amplitude of everything go down this weekend is mind blowing. And it's really cool that we're a part of it too. And who knows, step it up next year and the year after that, because I'm pretty sure X Games has a 3-year contract in Sacramento.
Oh, do that.
So they're coming back for 27 and 28.
Sick.
So it's even crazier. I'm staying here. I'm not moving.
Speaking of you, what have you been up to lately? I mean, what you been doing out here in Sacramento?
Dude, I've just been busy. I've been actually. I say I've been working a bunch. I haven't really been working my normal job that much. I've been, I went to France for the team shoot with Hyperlight, and that was incredible because we did that at Zion, and that's a park I've always wanted to go to.
Yeah, bucket list park.
It's kind of out in the middle of I don't know when I would get there myself. So then to hear hey, we're going to Zion, it was no way. This is so sick. So then I did that, and then what did I do when I came home from that? I don't even know. Life's been a blur. Did the boat shoot at Bullard's for Hyperlight, which is so sick because my video part that I just released was all filmed at Bullard's. So it was cool. I released my my boat video the same time as when we were there. So that was like a pretty cool moment of like all of us are here. Everyone's in town for the boat shoot at like my home lake.
Yeah.
We're all staying on a houseboat. Like this is the sickest time. And then I like put out my video part like while everyone's on that lake. So that was like pretty sick. And then I just did a 10-day road trip with my girlfriend. Like all the way, we drove all the way to Boston from here.
Yeah.
And just like hit up everything and anything we wanted to. Like Niagara Falls, we went to Imondi and West Rock. So shout out them for hosting us on like barely any notice.
Yeah.
Like we dog sit for Dan one night. Or the night that we stayed, we dog sat for Dan. And like that was pretty sick for him to like accommodate for us.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I've just been everywhere. It's all been a blur, but it's all been amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the part that came out that you filmed I thought was super sick. You know, just great boat riding. It's just like a great solid boat edit. I'd love to see more edits of that length.
Yeah.
You know, just coming out.
Like honestly, I wanted to sit on it a bit longer, but it's my first. And I also know how I am. Like if I sit on it for too long, I might never see the light of day.
Yeah.
So, you know, not saying I'm not stoked with it. I am really stoked with it, but
there's more.
You know, it's more of like there's more in the tank for sure, and it's also just like a nice little stamp on like the timeline of like this is the beginning of my boat riding.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a tough one too. You don't want to get too lost in like I need this project to be perfect because
it's the first.
No project's ever going to be perfect.
Yeah,
and especially your first one. It's
yeah,
like,
and then,
as long as it's good, everything's proper, good music.
Yeah,
like,
and I feel like it was. Like I feel like I not check all the boxes because there's a lot of boxes to check.
Yeah.
But I feel like for the first one and, you know, kind of my background with, you know, like I feel like my trajectory is, you can kind of see it with boat riding. Like I do want to do all the West Coast things and, you know, I don't think I'm ever going to ride a pro tour or anything.
You got to ride in one. Trevor did.
Yeah, I'll ride in one maybe one day.
Maybe one day. It sounded perfect.
Yeah, potential.
You got to get the bib, dude. Come on.
Yeah. But, yeah, just... boat riding is it's a little tricky out here, but I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I'm gonna do it. So.
Yeah, sick. Anything else? I mean, wrapping up X Games here, I think for me, if I was in your shoes, the coolest part would be to have all these people, all these big dogs in your backyard and sessioning this epic fucking setup with them.
Yeah, no, we got the jet ski. See, okay, I thought that he was the sideshow to the sideshow. But I got to be honest. I think it's the other way around. I think we are the sideshow to his sideshow.
The people do love the ski.
The people love backflips. It's the easiest thing for them to understand.
Yeah, maybe next year just a backflip kicker.
Just a kicker, just like, you know, do a backflip, do a front flip.
You do a railie. I mean, winch railie. I don't know.
Winch railie.
How many of those have been
NBD?
done? It's got to be, right? Probably not.
Dude, I don't know. I bet if you went deep into JV's YouTube, he's probably done one. Yeah. Like, if anyone's going to do it, it's probably JB.
Yeah, you're right. All right. I mean, anything else you want to touch on here before we wrap this up? And any travel plans this year? What do you got going on this summer?
Dude, I only know what's like 2 weeks in front of me. I'm trying to figure out a trip to West Rock right now, maybe host a little contest while I'm there and do some like private coaching, whatever, clinics with a couple people.
Yeah.
Just start filming my next video parts. Work, make money,
stay core,
stay. Okay.
Oh, he's teeing something up. What do you got?
I don't know how I'm gonna frame this, but how core is too core? Because if you get too core, there's no growth. But obviously, being core, it's core.
Is even using the word growth core at all?
Shrink?
Yeah, I don't know.
Shrink core?
You're asking the wrong guy. I'm a fucking podcast guy. I am not the core guy.
I think your podcast is pretty core.
Fuck, that's not good. Then I'm not growing. There's no growth. Pretty core or too core? Not core enough.
I think you're core. I think you're on pay. I think you're on track.
Okay.
You're like, I don't know, how much money are you making right now?
Not a lot.
So you're core.
Fuck, that's so true. Stay core, stay poor.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks for sitting down with me. Let's go check out this jet ski guy.
Yeah, I got to say you're really good at turning your head and keep talking, because when the wakeboarding is going down and you're turning your head and still talking, I was not in the mode for the camera anymore.
Yeah, it's a media professional. You know, that's when I was walking through the front gates and they're questioning what's in my bag. You just say media professional. Yeah, they're like, oh, shuts them down. You know. So, all right. Well, actually, before we do this, let's give a huge thank you to this guy right here, Hayden.
Hey-do!
Yoo! That's this behind the wakeboard side of things. Fucking Hayden, dude.
Hey-do.
Hayden's the man, dude. So
He's him.
he's him. Hayden's him. Yeah. Moral of the story. Hayden kills it. Maddie's killing it. All these boys fucking
Yeah,
killing
all
it.
of them are
So
killing
huge
it.
thank you to all these guys. So, yeah. All right, we're tapping in with Don Wallace, Liquid Force. Let's see what your thing says. X-Fest Activation Crew Liquid Force.
I'm a
What's your new
partner
job
staff.
title?
I have no access to FOP. I don't know what FOP is, but
Front of place?
They won't let me there.
Yeah, I
so,
have no idea. I can't go
I'm
there
real
either.
bummed.
Yeah, real bummed. I don't know. I can't figure out what it is. I wanted to know.
Full
all right.
on party, maybe.
Shit, that sounds good.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so we're here at X Games, obviously. You are a California local. What's it kind of like having this whole situation back with wakeboarding specifically at, Sacramento X Games, X Fest?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, because not only am I a California local, the Sacramento zone is kind of my home. Grass Valley just up the street. It's pretty cool because this guy Emil that I went to high school with is announcing all the skate and BMX.
Really?
Yeah. And we had kind of reconnected over Instagram recently, but just to see him on the big screen yesterday was pretty sick. And Grass Valley, wakeboarding, skateboarding, BMX, snowboarding is a really big part of that town that we grew up in. And so to see X Games come to Sacramento, and obviously wakeboarding coming back, because for a big part of my career, wakeboarding was a part of X Games, and we just haven't been for a while. So to have it come back, have it be in Sacramento is awesome. And,
yeah.
The first time I even got kind of involved with it is my friend Christy, who was an X Games athlete. She and I were skiing together at Mammoth, and she just kind of mentioned that it was coming to Sacramento, and it was like, oh, shit, okay,
we're on.
Yeah, and Keaton and everybody else had a lot of stuff going already, but it was just rad to be a part of it, because even though I live in Southern California, Sacramento means a lot to me, and this community is really into these type of sports. So
yeah, absolutely. And I think I kind of want to touch on briefly, there are 3 board brands here with booths set up: Liquid Force, Slingshot, and Dup. And I'm going to reserve my comments until after you speak on what your guys' involvement is, because you guys are here.
Yep.
Why? What does that mean? What's your involvement, I guess, and what does it
Yeah,
entail?
so like I said, my friend Christy basically was like, hey, it started out as just, maybe we can get some of the people running X Games to go to Wake Island or go to Velocity and see what wakeboarding is all about, because a lot of them don't know anything about the sport at this point. And and then it just kind of started snowballing from there. And then it was this guy Mike Alders, who I think his title is marketing director for X Fest. He happens to be into wakeboarding. Was like, hey, we're doing it at Cal Expo. He started sending us pictures of the venue, and he's like, this could be something. Would you guys be interested in doing a demo? And then he had already worked with Keaton a little bit. And then it kind of, my role was trying to get the wakeboard industry into it. So I reached out to all the different brands, obviously John Dreiling at Slingshot right away was like, hell yeah, we're in. Hayden having his connection with Dup. Even Aaron Grace, who used to work for us, works at Double Up. So he was like, yeah, Dup will be in. I got us in. We tried a lot of other brands. I think, I have a little bit of opinion. I think some of the brands didn't actually understand the significance of this. And, for me, it was a no-brainer. For those brands I just mentioned, it was a no-brainer. There are a few that I, to be honest, was kind of pissed they didn't support it.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at.
They weren't asking for $20,000. They gave us a good deal on booths, and they just want us to support. I will give those brands credit and be like, after seeing what's gone on the last couple of days, hopefully they realize the importance of next year, because we have an opportunity to maybe have this be bigger next year.
Yeah.
But, whatever. Stoked on our sport. And then obviously the biggest thing is just, what Keaton and those guys did on the Wakeskate side, and then what Hayden and Maddie, that was my other involvement. I introduced Maddie and Hayden to X, because I just saw Street Jam. I'm like, that is this.
Yeah, and they've been doing it,
Yeah, and so at a certain point, I just kind of handed it off to these guys, and I just got to say I'm so impressed. Having run events myself, this is unreal what
Yeah.
these guys did. And it's teamwork. You know, it's the athletes that are out there, and even athletes that aren't a part of. Luca Kidd was here doing a demo for Malibu with Gunther, and they showed up, and Luca was running the ropes around today.
Yeah.
Filming. So it's such a good community thing, and you know, I think I had a small part in getting this started, but I'm real fired up that the rest of the people just ran with it, and here we are.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's just a cool thing. It's like you said, Luca running the ropes back. Like our sport's in a cool spot right now where, you know, it's not as huge as it was 15 years ago, 20 years ago, paychecks and stuff, but the community and culture is, you know, getting really strong in terms of everybody on the same page, it seems like, which is so refreshing.
Well, and I think, you know, I will say, honestly, I think a lot of the brands are doing the least.
I mean the riders.
Yes.
I'm talking the riders, not the brands.
It's the athletes that have really, you know, for me, as a brand director, I've been doing it forever, and it's like you just need things that constantly motivate you. And right now what is motivating me is, well, shit, the stuff you're doing, but also like all these events are happening because the athletes, watching Munich MASH, like the athletes are crushing it and just so excited and so energetic about everything. So it's like, I feel like it's our responsibility now as a brands and industries to go with it and keep pushing it. And I think we're in a good spot because, like you said, the athletes aren't getting paid what they used to, and they're still just like, whatever, we love the sport and we're pushing it.
Yeah, they're grinding for sure.
Yeah, that means a lot. And I think that's, you know, that's where you see there is so much passion in this sport. Like, we cannot let it continue to downslide. Like, we're fired up, and I think it's in a really, really good spot right now because of that.
I do as well, and I agree. And I think if you think stuff like this is important and you see brands support the stuff like this, then support those brands. I think as a consumer, it's your responsibility. If you don't think X Games is that cool, then that's fine too. You don't have to support the brands that are here. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, you can sponsor all the other lame brands in our industry if you don't like X Games.
Yeah, I don't really need you, honestly. Then. All right, I got a LF'n hot seat question for you, and I'm just gonna use a couple words. What happened to Jimmy Redmond?
Yeah, I mean, I can say that honestly, it was pretty shocking what happened to him. And, you know, Jimmy's the founder of our company. It's no secret Jimmy wanted to eventually retire. You know, he's on the older side of things in this industry. Unfortunately, he wasn't given that chance. The company that owns Liquid Force all across the board is not really doing that great this year. But so what? Most brands aren't. There's a lot of stuff happening in the world that's affecting brands like us and other brands and their profitability this year. And yeah, our company, the executives, just needed to make some budget cuts, and unfortunately Jimmy was one of them, which is, you know, I still have a job with this company, and I still absolutely love this company. So I'm like trying to toe the line of like, but it's just unbelievable to me that somebody with that much passion and that much enthusiasm was just kind of dropped. But unfortunately it's business. Shit like that happens. I mean, it could happen to me tomorrow, you know, or the day after this podcast comes out.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not. But I will say what's been rad is, like, you know, Jimmy and I have worked together. He was at Liquid Force for 30 years. I've been at Liquid Force for 29 years, which is nuts. But our documentary, The Pull, that we're working on, I still talk to Jimmy every day. He's still, to him, you know, at the beginning, definitely there probably was some bitterness, or there was. But he's just like, you know what, Liquid Force is such a big chapter of this sport, and we might not be as strong as we were back in the day, but we still have that passion and that heart, and Jimmy still does too. So he's still part of what we're doing. He's still nitpicking every little detail of the documentary, which is awesome. And, you know, and I'm at photo shoots. We were in Winter Haven last week with the boat team and the boat riders team, and there were some questions on product, and I called Jimmy. He answers right away. So, you know, some bullshit went down, but he's still part of Liquid Force, and, you know, obviously we wouldn't be here without him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a little bit of a hot seat question, but not really, because I don't know. Like, I think it's important for people to know that even when things go wrong and things don't go the way that, like, all of us want, we still stick together. We're still a family, and Jimmy's just, you know, luckily I didn't have anything to do with the decision.
Yeah.
So that helps, but, you know, I'm still trying to push this brand that he got let go from, and he's just like, I want Liquid Force to survive. I want Liquid Force to crush it, so let's go. So
absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, I was curious. I think maybe people heard some rumblings, some rumors going around, so, you know, What a great opportunity to use the LF'n hot seat to just air that one out, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you had me ask Tanner something tough earlier, so
stay tuned for that one. It'll be coming out in a couple of weeks, and that was a good hot seat as well.
But there's another example. Like Tanner's a kid that like rode for us for a while, broke off, did his own thing. There were some tough times, and now like to see and hang out with him the last couple of times I've been to Sacramento, and then now again, like it's just awesome. I think it's not just a liquid force thing; it's this industry. Like we're all just friends and buddies, and like. It's good. And so
there's things that happen, but you can kind of you go over the speed bump and look back, and it's all right.
Yeah, exactly. Like like I said, if I get fired tomorrow, I'll still be going to all these events I want to go to because I really like it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I mean, anything else you want to touch on? Any exciting plans coming up? Either liquid force or not.
No. I mean, it's just this is a really busy time of the year for us. Like I'm here. Randomly, the Dodgers are playing the A's in Sacramento this week, so I'm here for that. And then on Thursday, I leave to go to Germany for our sales meeting at at Langenfeld, which is it's always fun to get out there and ride there. I just feel like there's so many things happening, and yeah, I mean, I guess the biggest I touched on it a little bit, but still putting together the final pieces of our documentary, The Pull.
Yeah.
We're really hoping. I don't have any dates, but we're really hoping like early August is when we'll get that thing out.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty sick to look back at. Even me, I've been at the company 29 years, and there's a lot of things that people are saying that I didn't actually know were their thoughts or it happened. Like it'll be interesting because it's a mix of not just Tony and Jimmy and myself and Aaron Grace, but then it's like so many of the original riders like Necrason and Shane and Watson and Melissa. But then we've got Rivers, Gunther, Megan. Like we have just a good Nico. Daniel Grant, we've got like a good mix of people in it. And I don't know, it's interesting. It's really fun, and we're stoked on it, and we're stoked on what we've done for 30 years, and stoked to show the world. So I'd say I could talk to you about product, but that's boring. Like this is the best.
I'm not a product guy anyway, so as long as it's fucking ride, we're good. Shout out the press. I fucking love the press.
Yeah,
That's a great board.
I rode rental boards at Kansas City when I was there a month ago because I'm like, whatever, this is perfect.
Get me on something that skips across the water. All right, well, thanks for popping in. It's good to see you, and we'll get back to watching what's left of the wakeboard and wakeskating here.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thanks, dude.
Love it.